When Kurono reached his 4th mission in Gantz, he was forced to fight by himself against the Shorty aliens. The Shorty aliens are also known as the Chibi aliens, and they're a group of short aliens that could pack one hell of a punch, easily killing off anyone who doesn't have a Gantz suit on. Kurono was an experienced fighter, but even he alone wasn't capable of defeating these aliens. They can communicate telepathically, and similar to the abilities of the Gantz suit, they can jump at a very long range, and they have incredible strength. Together, the group of Shorty aliens pulverized Kurono and made him run for his life, completely wasting the time limit, which ends up concluding the mission and decreasing his points down to 0. Kurono was able to kill off a few Shorty aliens and one alone that went after him outside the Gantz mission, but even there, he needed the help of the Gantz suit. But what we also ended up seeing was that Izumi managed to hold his own against a Shorty alien without a Gantz suit on. So the question is, would Izumi be capable of defeating all Shorty aliens by himself if it was him that had to face them off in that Gantz mission? Well, let's take a look at the situation and what Izumi was capable of. First off, Izumi has faced off against multiple enemies at once, so having enemies gang up on him isn't as much of a problem to Izumi as it was to someone like Kurono. He's dealt with a larger group of vampires, he's faced off against the enormous dinosaur aliens on his own, and those were even more dangerous than the Shorty aliens. However, the Shorty aliens have something that the dinosaur aliens don't have: telepathy. They can communicate this way with each other, including their enemies, which they used to scare the crap out of Kurono. But with their form of communication, they can work together to team up on their enemies. Using their telepathy to intimidate their enemies might not work with Izumi though, but it could work as a distraction while they fight. In total, there are 10 aliens. They all possess the same abilities, which is incredible strength, speed, and telepathy. In this situation, Kurono was instantly terrified of taking on these aliens alone, but Izumi wouldn't care less about being on his own, as that is actually what he prefers to do in the Gantz missions. Izumi's main weapon of choice is the Gantz sword, a weapon we wouldn't see be utilized until the dinosaur alien mission. Maybe Kurono could have stood a chance if he had the Gantz sword when he faced off against the Shorty aliens, but he was too terrified to keep his head in the game. Izumi would use the Gantz sword to extend the blade and easily dispose of a few Shorty aliens. The rest of the Shorty aliens would be forced to spread out from one building to another. Izumi would have to try and shoot them in midair while they're jumping to different buildings. Now Izumi would get rid of about 2 Shorty aliens since he happens to be a good marksman. The Shorty aliens are losing numbers and they're down to 5, but with the speed they possess, they'd be able to reach Izumi. They'd work together to defeat Izumi with their evasive skills. They'd get the upper hand in hand-to-hand combat. Izumi would struggle in this situation, but he would not panic, and instead managed to hold his own and put up a challenge against them even more. He's a much better combatant when it comes to close encounters, whether he's using his fists or the Gantz sword. Even if the Shorty aliens managed to strike Izumi, sending him crashing to the wall, he'd still be able to pull himself together and continue fighting. The tougher his opponents are, the more excitement he gets. And with the Gantz sword, he'd simply extend it and swing it in a 360-degree spin, which would most likely kill the remaining 5. And even if one of them managed to duck or jump out of the way, their numbers would be even lower, and seeing as Izumi would still have his guns, sword, and stealth device, then the Shorty aliens wouldn't stand a chance, seeing as he's dealt with multiple enemies before, including those with incredible strength and speed. Another thing Izumi could do to easily defeat the Shorty aliens is by using the Gantz suit's stealth mode and easily killing them off without being seen. The Shorty aliens could communicate telepathically, but they could not find their targets this way, unless they are staring directly at them. So the stealth mode could have given Kurono the upper hand if he had bothered to use it. It would be safe to say that Izumi would have dominated this mission if it was him that ended up in the Shorty alien mission by himself. And if the stealth controller device can keep you invisible from them, then even Nishi would have managed to take control of the situation. So what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments, as well as what other characters you believe would claim victory in this situation. because as of now, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if so, be sure to leave a like, share with others, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you'd like to see some extra content, or you'd like to see your name at the end of the videos, then feel free to support the channel by donating a single dollar to my Patreon. There are also additional perks for donating more than $1. The link is on the description, along with the link to my Facebook page, Tumblr, DeviantArt, and Twitter. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.